Welcome back, friends, to another Art of Planning and Journaling video. This is Thursday, September 12th. We are putting together our weekly plan for the 16th to the 22nd of September. I am going to be sharing with you guys a direct sales weekly layout with a little bit of a twist, and I'm going to show that to you. I wanted to talk through a couple of pages in the journaling version. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So take a look at where we're at. Some of the things that I talked about last week, and I don't know why I did that, is we're going to do that in just a second. But some things that I talked about previously are using this as a gratitude, my weekly routine and highlights, a 1 line a day, a weather tracker, tracking your steps, and then the fall craft bingo, which again, I haven't done any crafts yet. We'll get there. It's coming eventually. All right, so let's go on to the next 3 pages and how I am using them. So the first one is a water tracker. I'm pretty consistent with my water. I normally drink about 5 to 6 glasses a day, which is, if you did not know, a 40-ounce Stanley. So I drink about one of those a day. Yesterday was a little bit short, but I opted to have a cup of hot chocolate instead of drinking all of my water. So there's that. So I'm utilizing this as a water tracker. You can use this as anything you want. You can use it as a step tracker, anything that you are working on currently. The next page, I did a fall bucket list activities list. And so what I did was I just went to Pinterest and wrote down a bunch of different ideas that you could do during the fall, like go apple picking, visit a pumpkin patch, a corn maze, going on a scenic hike, all kinds of different things. And then as I'm doing them, I'm just crossing them off. Now I know that I won't do everything on this list, but it's good to have some fun activities that you can do during the fall that you might not have thought about before, and how you can put those all together, like go to a soccer game, make a fall themed craft project, make pumpkin bread or muffins, all kinds of things like that. So far, I have drank something with pumpkin spice in it. I made my own pumpkin spice creamer. I've made cookies. I've made pumpkin spice something. I've read a couple of books. I started a gratitude journal, which is at the beginning of this. So that's just a few things that I've done, just something fun. And then the next page, I just colored and I included some fall quotes. So I just went, good morning, friends. I just went to Pinterest again and found some fun fall quotes. You can also look at Google. So one is from F. Scott Fitzgerald, life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. Winter is an etching, spring is a watercolor, summer is an oil painting, and autumn is a mosaic of them all. Beautiful, beautiful. And all the lives we've ever lived and all the lives to be are all full of changing leaves and trees. Beautiful. And no spring nor summer beauty hath such grace as I have seen in one autumnal face. Just some fun quotes. So these are a couple of different ways that you can use those pages in your art of planning and journaling. There we go. All right. On to what we're going to be doing today, though. I mentioned that I'm going to be using the Direct Sales Weekly. So what the Direct Sales Weekly looks like is 6 columns. And then at the top, it has to-do lists and some habit trackers, and then a huge box for notes. I'm just going to leave that completely open on the top and not do anything with it, which I'm fine with. So what we're going to do now is I already included the gnome. I showed you guys the gnome during the Stencil Tip Tuesday. So I'm just going to leave him on there, but we're going to fill in all of the rest. For my headers this week, I opted to grab the big mushroom and put it right in the center, and I'll go ahead and write the dates in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and just draw our lines and get our boxes going. That's what we're going to spend time doing now. And chatting about the new Art of Planning and Journaling. Have you guys seen it? I've already started gathering some ideas of what I want to use in for the new month in October. First of all, I love Halloween. So I will probably do a lot of Halloween inspired-ish things for October for like my trackers and things like that. So I already know that about me. But not every person loves Halloween. So I like that Natasha gives us, some things that we can share that are not necessarily Halloween inspired or holiday inspired by the actual holiday. I think that it's good to have some options, and considering that October is a fall month, it makes sense to just continue and do fall inspired. And of course, the little critters, absolutely adorable. If you guys haven't taken a look at it yet, I encourage you to do that. It's absolutely adorable. I have, however, tried to figure out which animal I like the best. And now my son will tell you his absolute favorite is a fox. That's probably my second favorite animal. My first favorite is a turtle. Turtles aren't a whole lot into fall. They're more summer animals. You see more turtle inspired things during the summer than you do during the fall. So for sure would expect to see, some kind of woodland critters. It's weird because foxes and moose and mice and raccoons, they're out in force all year long, but we mainly have a tendency to match them more with the fall. And I'm not quite sure why that is, but that is how it ended up for us as well. So I'd love to hear what your favorite fall critter is. So with the new Art of Planning and Journaling, the critters included are, Jennifer says moose. The critters involved are a fox, an owl, a moose, a mouse, a raccoon, and a squirrel. I love all of them. I think they're all cute. I think they all have adorable little personalities. I wrote a blog post the other day, and I kind of likened each animal to a particular style of planning. And of course, for the life of me, without that list in front of me, now that I wrote it, I couldn't tell you which style is which. And I'm not going to hop over there and look to give you guys the definition, but I definitely think that I'm more of a fox in my planning style, because I like to have a plan, and foxes are known to be clever critters, and they like make a plan of how to get into the chicken house. Right? When you see like movies and things like that, cartoons, you think about the fox like making these elaborate plans of how they're gonna, an owl, yes, how they're going to get into the chicken house or whatever the fox happens to be doing. Or like Wile E. Coyote, right? Of course he's a coyote, but same genre of animal, right? Is still a wily animal, like a fox, somebody who's cunning and thinks with plans in mind. So I'm definitely more of a fox when it comes to my planning style. Who would have thought? All right, I'm not going to do anything fancy this time. I think with my mushrooms, I think I'm just going to do just plain color. I am going to, however, add the stem on there so that I can at least color the stem. But then I'm going to do just some basic shading, kind of like what I did here. And I'm just going to go back and forth between the teal, or if you have Stampin' Write markers, this is Coastal Cabana, which happens to be my favorite color, and the light yellow, this is Butter in Zig. And then for my highlight colors, I used Summer Sun And I used sagebrush. Both of them are Zig colors. I was actually reaching over here to get my vacuum cleaner, and I missed and landed among the markers instead. All right, page is clean. We're going to go ahead and cap off our mushrooms so that they have a nice cap on them. And then we will start coloring. Oh, look, I missed a spot. There we go. Oh, I missed a spot there too. I missed it on every single one of them. How did I do that? I don't know. So we'll start with, yes, I've already started like planning the different pages that I'm going to do in my new journal for October. A couple of years ago, I did a Inktober where I did a doodle every day in the month of October, and they were all Halloween inspired. I thought maybe it would be fun to do one, but have them be fall inspired. So I thought about maybe doing that for like the calendar page. Also, incorporating again the gratitude page. You can also do, trying to think. I had a couple of ideas that I saved. Let me go look and see while I'm waiting here. Doing a page that's just dedicated to fall favorites, like what's your favorite fall drink? What's your favorite fall outfit? What's your favorite fall activity? So I thought that would be fun to just kind of make a list of favorite fall things. And then let's see, what else? That's a layout. Different kinds of habit trackers. Just fall doodles in general. So what kind of things would you doodle for fall? Like sweaters and boots, those kinds of things. Yeah. So those are just a couple of ideas that I got. As soon as I found out what the theme was, I headed over to Pinterest and started just grabbing some different ideas. So I'm excited to try out some different stuff. All right, we're going to add our shading. Let me put this away and get this back up so that I can see you. Lori, I got the vacuum off of Amazon. It's like $12. It's called a desk vacuum. And it's super handy. I love having it. It's one of my favorite things. I use it all the time. Add our little bit of shading here for our mushroom. And then we can color. So I'm just going to do every other one, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. No polka dots, no crosshatch, no checks. I'm just going to color them. And I'm just going to do, again, every other one. So I'll have 3 yellow ones and 3 teal ones. And then I'll go back and do the shading. Which stencils do you need, Lori? Because the gnome one isn't available anymore, and I apologize for anybody that doesn't have it. I just couldn't do a page with mushrooms and not include, oops, that was supposed to be yellow. Dang it all to heck. So we'll just have a random one. That'll be teal. We'll do 4 teal and only do 2 yellow. But yeah, we don't have the gnome one anymore. The mushroom one is just part of the art of planning and journaling. If you did not get the art of planning and journaling, then you won't have access to the mushroom stencil. Man, I'm bummed that I messed that up. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the little bit of shading. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the color across the bottom a little bit and then up through the top. And we're going to do that on each of our mushrooms. And you want to keep the shading going the same way. So I did the shading on the bottom on this side. No, neither the gnome one retired, I want to say at the beginning of this year. And the mushroom is actually part of the art of planning and journaling from September. Neither one of those is still available. And yellow. And then I got my little white pen. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but we're going to do white so that we pull that little bit of highlight. You can't see it as well on the white, but you can definitely see it on the teal. There we go. All right, then we're going to take our pen and we're going to just write the date. So this is the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and this one is going to be 21st and 22nd. All right, so there's our dates. And then I think instead of doing these green, I'm just going to do these 6 colors. And I'm going to kind of do them like a, so green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then kind of switch the order. Here, here. So there's that color. And then just go backwards and match it with the same one, just on a different side. This one was really simple to do. And again, if you want to grab the actual insert that kind of matches it, you're going to want to get the direct sales weekly is kind of how I created this particular one. That was where my thought process was in building this layout. I just didn't do all the extra stuff at the top. I'm really liking adding different colors in the leaves at the top. And I didn't even think to do that the other day until I saw one of my other teammates, she did one in like pinks and blues. It was super pretty. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think to do them in a different color. I should go do that. And now look at me doing it in a different color. I just think fall leaves should be fall colored, and I didn't even think to do other than. And this still follows my color palette. Like I pulled all the colors that I've been using all month long have been ones that I pulled from the what's the word I'm looking for? Pen test that I did at the beginning when I got my kits. And then we'll end with a little bit of yellow. And then we will have put together our whole layout for this week. And then we can start using it. All right, there we have it, you guys. Just a nice, simple layout. I know I did the little gnome earlier, so that kind of took a little bit of time out of the day and doing that. If you have the gnome stencil and you want to go back and watch how I created this, check out Tip Tuesday. That is the video right here in the craft tub that you can check out so that you can see how I made him. Otherwise, that's quick, simple, and easy layout, something that you can do a lot of bit of planning in and still have room for notes at the top. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for our Art of Planning and Journaling Thursday. I will probably we have one more week, so we'll be using this one next week, and then the week after we will hopefully be into the new layouts and we get to start doing the new things with the new Art of Planning and Journaling for October. Hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, friends.